I'm out here on this side lot. I just cut the other video off a little bit ago. I got that downloading. My hours just cleaned up. So now I gotta go get a washout. Head on out of this joint. Yeah, sitting out there on the side though. Guy come out, he's like, what are you doing here? Are you lost? Well, no. You bastards kept me here so damn long. I had to wait for my hours to reset. Oh, okay. Still 103 out right now. It's crazy, man. So I didn't even take a nap. I had a couple hours ago. I just sat there doing the video and I don't know, I just wasn't even tired. I slept about 4 hours earlier, so I just kind of over it. We got to get out of here and get back on 75th. The truck stops on 83rd. I just go back up to the freeway and go over there real quick. I mean, I could jump across surface streets too, but you know. So it's now just after 1 in the morning. And I did have a bag in here. I had bought some stuff in California. And of course, as you know, California, they charge you 10 cents for a plastic bag. I go, oh yeah, I got that bag over there. I'm gonna grab some of these potatoes out here, man. Big old fat potatoes, fresh off the farm too, man. We're gonna bag those up. I'll shove them in the fridge and take them to the house, man. Nice big old fresh potatoes. Make up some home fries or something. So anyway, start of a new day, man. It's 1 in the morning. Gotta be in my pickup in a couple hours. Funny, I mapped it, looked at the satellite view and everything. There's no buildings out there, it's all just open field, so I'm sure they must have something set up out there just on the farm to get loaded up with. So see how that turns out. So we'll get over here to Love's, check back in a minute. All right, so it's 4 in the morning now. I've been here just about an hour. This is this potato farm out here. I found it out here in the absolute pitch black. Got here, nobody was even here. Some guy pulled up in a pickup, some old dude. Apparently he's a driver out here that he hauls dirt for him or something like that, but I can barely understand him because he's missing all his teeth. But he's telling me, or he told me, a few cars came in, people came in, and then they all left. And it's like, all right. And he was saying that he was the only one here, and then a few other cars started pulling in, but that they may not load today because they've had rain and the ground's too wet, so they can't dig up the potatoes. So I guess it's just, he just said, you might as well just hang out a while and see who comes around. So I just parked off to the side right here, kind of leaving myself obvious, so I'm kind of like poked out in their yard with my marker lights on. So, but everybody left, so I don't know. See what happens. I guess I'll take a nap for a little bit and see if they show up. So, or if somebody comes banging on the door finally. But he said I'm at the right places where they load potatoes and everything, and so I am at the right place. Out here in pitch black. I don't know, I was coming down like a dirt road and everything. Just going, where the hell is this place? So, found it. Lucky me. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm gonna catch a nap. Oh, so I left the drop in Phoenix, went down the street to the Loves, where they got the blue beacon right there too. $73 for a washout because of all the potatoes. I was all, God damn it. So, did that. I actually kept a bag of potatoes. I got about 10 pounds of potatoes in the fridge right now. I was like, screw that, dude. I'm taking some of this. I'm getting paid somehow. And then, yeah, I got that done. Just immediately jammed down here. I want to stop and get some food, but it wasn't time because they said, oh, be there by 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. All right. Get here, and guess what? Thumb in the butt. So, anyway, I'll catch a nap and we'll see what happens in a little bit. There you can see me. What's going on?
What's going on?
Figure I might as well
make some video. Should I show the yard?
Yeah, it was a nice thing being out on the road with video chat, eh?
Yeah.
We can sit here and shoot the breeze. So they were out doing the yard this morning at the house.
All our hard work paid off. Look how nice and green it is.
Oh, that's so nice.
Should have had some like before and afters.
So yeah, I am currently in Maricopa still, Arizona. As you can see, the yard out here. This is what was all pitch black this morning. You know, everybody, all these trucks are gone that were out here, but apparently they got so much rain, they're flooded out and they can't dig up potatoes. So I am screwed. They are not loading today and possibly not tomorrow either.
Yeah.
So here I sit, which is nice. So I got here at 3 a.m. One guy pulled up and said, yeah, there's a chance they're not going to be digging today because of all the rain. So just be prepared for that. I'm all right. I came back, took a nap. It was like 4 o'clock. I set my alarm for 5:30, got up, checked it out, nobody here. Waited like another hour. By then the sun was coming up. It was bright out. I could finally take a look around. Nobody was here again. But you can see over there, I went walking through the whole joint and they had like a little office back there. Nobody was in it. So I'm all right. Came back out to their porta-johns, dropped a nice big anvil in there. Right?
Yep.
Came back out, been hanging out, called the broker. Broker said, yeah, loading's not gonna happen today for sure. Possibly not even tomorrow. Turned around, called the boss, let him know and everything too. So they're working on whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna stick around for this load or what, because he booked me another load, a meat load out of Lubbock going to Springfield, Missouri. He already booked it and put it on me. And it's like, well, I'm making it back now, dude. Supposed to load what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
And today's Sunday, and I'm 800 miles from Lubbock, and they ain't loading it until tomorrow. It ain't gonna happen, man. It's like, I don't know. You're gonna have to work something out. Want me to stick around for this, or you want me to get back for that? You know, I doubt he's gonna deadhead me all the way home just to go get that load. 800 miles away, man. You know, because the load was decent, but the rate wasn't that great. You know, if it was like, oh, he's $10 a mile for this one, just deadhead home, screw it, you know. But yeah, good times. I mean, for a good rate, I'll deadhead, you know, but this one is this one's kind of a, you know. Because what was this one paying? 3,100 bucks.
Yeah.
On 800 miles, so over $3 a mile. That one was over $3 a mile also, but we're already here. It's like you can make over $3 a mile without the deadhead right now, you know. It's like it wouldn't make sense to deadhead for the same rate, especially that many miles.
Yeah, unless you have you meet up with somebody else and you swap out and they take your...
Can you see yourself?
Yeah. No, I can't see myself now.
Oh. It's too high, too low?
What do you mean? I see the camera.
Oh, I got the camera. Well, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm feeling really stupid. I'm sitting there with a camera on my head and going, yeah, oh, can you see yourself? I'm like, just, yeah, put 2 and 3 together there, Brad, and come up with 9. Good job. Oh, I'm such a tard. I mean, at least I get to sit here and video chat, even though I'm 800 miles away, right?
Yeah, I know. I love it.
It's like you're never calling.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, we can do this. You never even need to come home. Good.
Oh, no, that's bullshit.
So anyway, I'm just waiting on a call back about what I'm gonna do about this situation. I gotta go find some food. I'm starving. I haven't eaten since yesterday at the taco shop in Blythe. Getting hungry. And I haven't had the means to really stop anywhere because he's had me running nonstop, and then I've just been caught at the consignees and stuff sitting around, so I don't have anything in the truck. I have one little thing of trail mix I just ate. Yum. So yeah, alright. So we'll continue our phone call and...
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Hopefully you'll be home in a couple days. I get to see you.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But it's Sunday, so I mean, doing anything with these loads today, a lot of places are closed. Things just move slower on a Sunday. Can't do much about it. So, see what happens. Maybe hang around for this load for tomorrow, or if he finds me something else to get me moving. But yeah, whatever. Cha. How do you like your job? How do you like your job?
It's alright.
Oh, you know you like it. You talk about it all the time.
No, I know. No, I like it.
I'll have to shoot some vid when I come in the office and you're sitting there at your multi-screen desk.
Right, yeah.
So today I'm working on software. Today and technically you have like a few different job titles. You're safety and compliance, and you're doing IT, and if you really think about everything that you're doing, these are legit job titles. People have them, you know what I mean? You think like, oh, I don't know what that is, what, you know, but you're actually doing multiple job titles. So you're only building your experience to run the, you know, office side of a trucking business.
Yeah.
Learn a lot.
Learned a lot already.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
Imagine you do that for a while. Like, I don't foresee it happen because I don't want to stay in trucking that long anyways, but starting your own company or something like that or whatever. What if all of a sudden you have all this knowledge of how to get all that going? So it's beneficial. And I keep out here just being a grungy dick and driving truck. So.
Or we collect a bunch of trucks and start hiring drivers, and then you can be home and be on the phone looking for loads.
I mean, by the looks of it though, this is a good deal though. It's if it's going good, why rock the boat? You know what I mean? It's like.
If we can acquire a bunch of hood trucks, hired drivers, then you don't have to drive.
Well, yeah. Yeah, owning a trucking business as opposed to being a truck driver would be great. You know, it's like cool.
Yeah. Well, even here at this place, we could still do it.
Yeah. Actually, quite easily.
Yeah.
And still make good rates for it. So.
Yep.
All right, good times. Hey, check off of this thing. We'll come back later.
All right.
Ow. Yeah, it looks like storm last night when I was doing my drop last night in Phoenix. Look at all this stuff, man. Trees are down all over the place here. I'm in Maricopa right now. My load got canceled, so he's finding me something else, but I needed some food. I haven't eaten since yesterday at the taco shop in Blythe. So, yeah, look at all these trees knocked down. I'm gonna go to this Tacos and More right now. Started wondering if they're even open though, because all the trees laying on their stuff. Got pretty brutal. Just walked over, I'm like, damn, these things got busted up. Tree over there. Another one over there. Oh, damn, look at all that shit laying over there too. Yeah, big old chunks just laying all over the place out here. And there's a tree busted back there. Crazy. Yeah, big old one down over there. Yeah, that got busted right off the stem right there, man, that one. Crazy. All right, let's go get some tacos. Yeah, I parked across the other side of the highway behind a Starbucks and a Freddy's Custard. I go, I ain't having none of that crap. I want some tacos, man. Oh no. Closed due to storm. Son of a bitch. Guess I spoke too soon. Gonna end up eating Starbucks or Freddy's Custard or whatever, I guess. Yeah, I'll find something else. I know there's a couple other Mexican joints right down the street, but I gotta walk a little bit. And it's about 100 in hell outside right now, so lame. Some more trees down over here too. Must have got pretty gnarly here in town. Because right across the back street right there at the Starbucks too, there's a whole other tree down. Had the one driveway all blocked off kind of. Oh shit. A tree fell on somebody's car. Let's go take a look at that. How funny. Whole entire tree just plop. And you got this one right here. That's crazy, that was somebody's car. Yep. Hope you had insurance, bruh. I ain't got no plates on it. It's like an abandoned car sitting out here, it looks like. How funny though. Oh, gotta go. What's going on? I missed a whole day of filming yesterday after I was at the potato farm down in Maricopa. I ended up canceling my load. And then I got a call right back yesterday because freight was slow on Sunday. It's now Monday morning at what? It's 3:18, 03:18 hours. Monday morning. What is today? The 12th. So put the video up yesterday about, you know, I'm gonna get canceled for this. Mix of comments, of course, and nothing really hating. With one guy, I was just gonna go to it rather than I like the comments sometimes. When you say anything that, of course, everybody always has an opinion, of course. You know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and everybody thinks that everybody else stinks. Well, guess what? You stink! No, I'm just kidding. So, and getting corrected about Volvo trucks and where they're manufactured now. So they are not German, they're Swedish. And I said, you know, maybe they get assembled in Mexico. I don't know. And everybody started coming up with Virginia. So whatever. I don't care. I don't like them. Now the new Globetrotter Volvos, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, this truck's 5 years old. It's a Ryder lease truck. So yeah, it's beat up. Was this truck in its heyday probably a nice truck to drive? Yeah, I'm sure. Let's see. I'm sitting here looking at the phone. Here's all your comments. I do see these, in case anybody was wondering. Oh, newest. Okay, there we go. So, as far as talking about, yeah, white men. I mean, like I said, let's rephrase this, you know, what I was talking about, the white guy thing. Being a straight white male in today's American society is considered whiteness, white privilege, evil, whatever. Let's look at where it's coming from. Where is this narrative coming from? From the top on down, okay? It's not me just out here, you know, spouting off, you know, ooh. It's happening. You see it in the media, you see it in the government, you see it in education. I mean, I even had a talk with my daughter one time, and she says, I'm too white. And I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? She goes, I'm really ashamed to be white. I wish my skin was darker. And this happened, I don't know, a year or two ago. I was like, what are you talking about? Well, she went to high school in Ontario, and her school was mainly Hispanic. It was majority Hispanic. I'm talking like 90% Hispanic. Well, all the girls she knew there and stuff were always making fun of her of being a white girl. Like, oh, you're just a white girl. Ugh, you know, all this kind of stuff. They were putting her down all the time because she was white. And then what she was seeing in school was she was actually getting literature about white privilege and how it's bad, and how she has white privilege and she should be ashamed of herself and all these things. She was telling me this, and she was even sending me the clips of stuff she had from her, like online portals of the school learning stuff and everything too, about white privilege. She was sending me this stuff, and then she was sending me YouTube videos and everything. See your white privilege, Dad. You have white privilege. And I'm all, while I'm working, you know, 70 plus hours a week and struggling and whatever and all this kind of stuff. It's like, what? You know, it's because you're white. You know, like, what the holy hell are you talking about? So I will give in to ex-lady driver. Left a comment 5 hours ago about, and yes, if you didn't pick up on, I have a good poker face. I was being sarcastic about this whole thing, although in an element of truth too, that from the government on down, if they're going to push this kind of narrative, okay, well, guess what? Free will, baby. I can leave. My feet work. You know, I don't need to be driven out. I can drive. You know what I mean? It's like, this is kind of low-hanging fruit bullshit of making all this racial crap and everything, and because I'm white, I'm evil, and all this kind of stuff, whatever. Go ahead, man. Turn it into Zimbabwe. I don't give a shit. Anybody doesn't know the Zimbabwe thing, back, I think it was back in the 80s. Zimbabwe, country in Africa, of course. They drove out all the white people, all the white farmers and stuff that came in. I think it was Dutch, because mainly down there in Africa and stuff, it was the Dutch that settled and colonized a lot of like South Africa and all this kind of stuff. You don't have to correct me and say, no, it was the Lithuanians or something like that. Anyway, the Dutch, I know, were the main ones that colonized a lot of South Africa, built infrastructure, you know, farming and all this kind of stuff and whatever. Well, in the 80s, the black majority government came in and said, no, we're just taking it over. You need to go. We got this. So they came in and set up the infrastructure and then got driven out. And I believe there were even killings and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of regenerated in South Africa nowadays too, because the majority black government of South Africa now, and what was the one guy in parliament, it's been over the past couple of years that he's like, I'm not calling for the killing of white people. Well, not yet. You know, he's like being very extreme and stuff. In South Africa, the majority of the population is black there. Like, we're talking 85 to 90% is black in South Africa. White people only make up like 5% of the population, yet for many years they were also the head of the government and apartheid and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, was that a bad scenario? Yeah. And then, you know, Mandela got released from prison, he was a political prisoner, all this kind of stuff, blah blah blah. Anyway, the same thing is kind of happening in South Africa now that was happening in Zimbabwe in the 80s, and now the narrative is kind of being switched over here too, that we are the racist, oppressive, colonizing, you know, the white men are the evil part of society. And which is funny, you got to take it a couple different ways. Like racist, who is racist? Typically, you could say in America, it's kind of perceived because there's more white people here, the white people are the racists. But white people are the racists in South Africa, yet they're only like 5% of the population. So it's kind of like a weird, like, how do you gauge racism? It has to be done on meritocracy of the individual person and what they do. It can't be the wide swath of people, because not everybody can be racist like that and all this kind of stuff. So it's the low-hanging fruit to drive this division and stuff. But ex-lady driver, she made a whole comment here about, you know, it's really a class warfare, and that's what I had to tell my daughter. It's class warfare. It's not race warfare. Because overall, generally, white, black, brown, purple, whatever across the board, is everybody doesn't care for the most part in mass. But this is where it's, they have to drive a narrative like all the white people, all the white men are evil, to keep that division and influence people to think that way, that white supremacy. And here's a true thing too, the FBI demographic racial hate group, whatever, it's like, I forget what table, the FBI crime and demographics, crime statistics and all this kind of stuff, but there's one on hate groups too. So you can put in the Klan and BLM and all these other ones. They estimated that there are about, in the US, white supremacist hate groups, there's about 10,000 members, and it's receding. 10,000 members in white supremacist groups, right? 10,000 members over the whole country. Now you can go look this up. I may be off skewed, but I just remember this is what I saw posted. 10,000 members with a declining recruitment, okay? But it's driven, the white supremacy is the biggest thing, you know? The biggest group with active and growing recruitment was black nationalist militia groups and stuff, where they were ranging up to 100,000 members in the US. And hate crimes, which aren't really registered as hate crimes because it wasn't a white person doing it to somebody else, but black on white and all this kind of stuff, black on white crimes were through the roof and growing, where white crime onto other people was receding, you know. And it was also a very small number too, that white hate crimes were very minimal down at the bottom, and as the graph grew, you know, the Hispanic on white, Hispanic on black, blah blah blah, but black on white crime, even though they wouldn't classify it as hate crime because you can't seem to do that in society nowadays, but you know, like they get a pass or something like that, that they can't be racist and they can't be hateful, but they have the biggest recruitment and active recruitment, and it's growing still too, of black nationalist hate groups towards, say, white people and whatever, that black people, you know, are joining these groups and stuff. So I'm just throwing this out there, okay? The way it's going though, with the government on down, this, that, whatever, is, you know, the stats are all out there, but you want to deny it, you know, even though it's the truth. I mean, the FBI keeps all these stats and all this stuff about who's committing crimes and who's doing all this stuff and whatever. All you gotta do is watch some news clips of who's telling the truth out there. It's just legitimate statistics of what's going on. Draw from it what you will. So, back on point. The government, educational institutions, the media, everybody is driving this narrative that we're the problem. So I say, if you're in a situation where you're not wanted, just like a bad marriage, a bad job, anything, guess what? You know how to tie your shoes? Good, get walking. Like I said, I love saying that to myself in the sense of, I don't need to be driven out. You know, a job doesn't want you there, and they're trying to find a reason to fire you or something like that. No, just say so, man. I don't need to be driven out. I can drive. Don't worry. So, yes, it is more of a class warfare thing. The 1% are driving this narrative to keep us divided, so we keep fighting with ourselves by division of hate because of the color of our skin and all this kind of stuff, where they're out there just stealing the bank, man. They're buying up all the property, they're doing everything, they're turning us all into serfs. We're going to go back to some sort of like feudal system, caste system, whatever, where it's all based on your class, that we live up here in the ivory towers and the rest of you can sit down there and just eat mud, you know. That's the way it's getting. But it's low-hanging fruit. Everybody buys into it. And when I said anybody can do this, so you have free will. You can go, if you want to get out, you can leave. You can go where you want, do what you want, move somewhere rural, and you want to get out of it and live off grid, do all this kind of stuff, good. I have no problem with that. The only problem is, from the government on down, is driving this narrative that the straight white men are the evil thing in society. Well, you want to drive us out and we leave, you're looking at catastrophe. Because who's doing a lot of this stuff? Well, if we're the majority of the people out there doing the manual labor jobs, the skilled labor jobs, in areas of infrastructure, the power grid, you know, wastewater treatment, I mean, like I said, plumbers, stuff like that. Well, yeah, what's going to happen? Yeah, all these white men need to go, so they all leave, and then like, well, I want my toilet flush. Well, call somebody. There's nobody to call. Nobody else was trained to do that job. Yeah, I was like, it wasn't just because they were white, it's just because people don't want to do that job. Who's doing the job? Mainly men. Men overall fill up basically every skilled labor position. Women have a very small percentage of that thing. Most women were, you know, the majority of nurses are women. Majority of doctors are men. Well, I mean, that's kind of sliding the other way too. A lot of women are becoming doctors now too. Majority of teachers are women. Yeah, but majority of plumbers, electricians, truck drivers, you know, are literally in the 90+% range for pretty much all manual skilled labor positions. And you want to get rid of that from society? Okay, like cities are built, the infrastructure's in place. You go take it. You know, you don't want us here, go ahead. We'll leave and go over here. Good luck. You know, and then right after, of course, we all get driven out, that phone would be ringing off the hook. Oh, you need to come back. It's like, oh, I thought you didn't want us no more. Like I said, it's like a bad marriage almost, where the woman, I could even say this, my yeah, I've been married before too, and you got the kind of woman that, you're not a real man, you suck, you're weak, you know, because the idea that they have built up in their mind is they love the bad boys. Well, you come in and you're the nice guy and a provider and you work hard and you try to do right by your family and stuff like that. It's never good enough. You're a piece of garbage. And finally you leave. What happens 3 months later? She's calling you back. Why? Because the new dick she went out and found just hit it and quit it and said, I ain't taking on all your burden, you psycho. And she goes through the what's called the cock carousel for a while, and then 3 months later she's like, oh, you weren't so bad after all. Well, she's missing your paycheck is what it is, and she's trying to call you back so you can take care of her again. And it goes a few more months, and then she starts up with the same rhetoric, and she's putting you down all the time, and it happens again, and you keep taking her back because you're basically a simp, you know, you're a nice guy, and you keep doing it. I did it. I lived it. Now I'm at the point in my life, just like a bad marriage like that, I don't do that anymore. Selena doesn't do that to me. Why? Is she capable of doing it to somebody? Sure. Anybody's capable of being a jerk to somebody. But Selena also knows my parameters now too, that I went through those things, and now I say, hey, guess what? You don't like me? You don't want me here? I will walk, and you will never see me again. I will literally, we could be driving down the road. You know, I mean, like, Selena knows this about me. She don't push my buttons anyways. She's not that kind of person. But if she were the type of person, guess what? We'd be driving down the street and say, she's like, you suck, you're an asshole, blah, 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 blah. I would literally stop the car, put it in park, get out, and I'd walk into the bushes right there and disappear. And it would be like, where are you going? It would just literally, as I just disappeared into the bushes, you just have a waving hand behind me, you know, like you just see the back of my hand going, see ya. I'd walk off and you'd never see me again. I am now capable within myself to know when that happens, just like what's happening right now in society, being driven in this narrative and stuff. Okay, you don't want me here? I'll walk off in the bushes, man. I'll go out there, pop a tent, you know, and live off squirrels. I don't know. But I am capable of taking care of myself, and I'm capable of tying my own shoes, walking. It's like, that is where you got to know. People are going to push this, and you know it's all BS, but people are going to push you. You got to be willing to walk. You got to be strong enough within yourself to know that I can take care of myself. I can go anywhere I want. And guess what? I'm going that way. You guys can go over there and keep doing this BS. I'm going that way. And you can just sit from afar with your binoculars and watch it all crumble. So that's really what it is. But yesterday, like I said, I had if you didn't pick up on my sarcasm, will it ever work? No, you know it won't work. It'd be catastrophic. You know, to remove a group like all the white men out of society and dump them, you're like, yeah, we got this, you know, you go over there and we're gonna build our own little, you know, greatness over here or whatever. It would be catastrophic. It would be horrible, because you know, crime, murder, you know, just starvation, you know, no supply chain left, anything, because nobody's doing it like that. You didn't want our help? Okay, we're out. And it's like, it would be catastrophic, honestly. So, will it ever happen? I mean, in a way, you hope not. That hopefully everybody gets over their retardation and just moves on. But actually, in another part of me, when you kind of listen to your gut, no, I don't see it coming back. In a way, it's like, I really think there's going to have to be, like talking about the Great Reset, there's going to be some kind of reset again, where the pendulum swings again. You know, like right now we're in all this riots and lawlessness, and they're doing all this crazy crap in schools, and the government's out of whack and all this kind of stuff. We're massive debt going into inflation, probably a depression. It will hit a correction, and this one's going to be big. I think there's going to be a big bubble to pop this time, and there's going to be a major correction where the pendulum will swing back the other way. There will be cops in the street again. Their order will be restored, all these kinds of things. And the people that are out there stirring up shit right now are going to be the ones that are drug out in the street and whipped with a rubber hose for doing all this stuff. Because, yeah, governments can fall. People can rise up in mass. It has happened in history. That's even the thing about America. You want to hate on America and, you know, America sucks and all this kind of stuff, and it's evil and oppressive and everything. But America, as far as called the Great Experiment, if you look through history in a lot of ways, in recent history, more recent history, in the past 200-300 years, America is the only foundation of government, I think, that was founded on an optimistic view to build ourselves better. You know, a lot of governments that are still in place, or say communism or anything, usually they're based on oppression and control and tyranny to control the masses and, you know, beat them down even more into submission. America was founded on freedom you know, pursuit of happiness, all this, you know, the thing, man. You know, the bill of, you know, the thing. Goddamn Biden. Anyway, if you're wondering what my whole point of having that thought process, would I do it? Would I be one of those people like, yeah, I'll go. I'll just go out here. You can all keep this shit and I'll go out here. Okay. Because I can do it. I'm strong-willed enough to know, like I said, I don't need to be driven out. I can drive. So if it really goes that way, you know, we're already in a place too where it's not an issue, but if I lived in New York City or something like, or, you know, the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, you know, I mean, blatant racism. Just a couple weeks back, she's like saying, I'm not going to give any interviews to white people, only people of color. How does a political figure like that get away with that? If it was a white dude or a white woman, even a white woman, she wouldn't catch as much flack, because women also get a lot of passes in society too. But if a white mayor said that, like, I'm only giving interviews to white people, you know, all people of color, you're not welcome. You know, you'd think the world just shit the bed. You know what I mean? But that, even though it drew criticism to her, it still just kind of went unfazed. Oh, it's because she's a black woman and a lesbian and she's a victim. You know, it's like, oh, oppressed. And it's just like, Jesus, criminy people. Grow a set of balls. So that's my rant for the morning. I know I'm still stupid and I'm a dope. Somebody was in here saying that this was my worst thing ever and I'm so off. Well, I had to respond back, like, have you ever heard of sarcasm? Because while it is possible to happen, it's far-fetched. I know that. But that's where you want to take the stance, though, that from the top on down, they're going to do this to you and start driving you out. And don't worry, I'll drive out. It's cool. You know, you got to know within yourself, too. So where is it? One comment. Let's see. Where did it go? I knew it was up here somewhere. God damn it. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Oh. To Sean Linehan. Dude, did you fall out of the truck and bump your head? I'm a white male and your take is way off. That was the stupidest ramble I've heard you make lately. Apparently I make a lot of stupid rambles. So I just said, I said back, okay, do you know when you hear a sarcasm? But it's far-fetched. But stranger things have happened. So anyway, so back on point here, they canceled my load in Maricopa, the load of potatoes I was supposed to take back to Lubbock because it got rained out, too muddy, couldn't dig up potatoes. So then he called me and sent me up to Avondale to a Walmart store because their HVAC system went down, all their freezers and fridges went down, and they needed some reefer trailers up there to stuff all their junk in. They had a frozen trailer and I had the fresh foods trailer. They packed in a bunch of cheese and lunch meats and all the, you know, perishables and stuff like that. The other trailer got packed up with frozen stuff. I waited around there for just about 7 hours yesterday and moved a couple of trailers around for them, helped them out and all this kind of stuff. Then as soon as I got done with that, I called into the broker and let them know, hey, I'm done there. They let me go because I got the fridges fixed and they took their stuff back in. Okay, well, I got another one if you want it. And I'm like, well, that's not really my choice right now because, you know, I'm running around this guy's truck and I'm kind of taking dispatch from him, so I couldn't really accept it. But they got together and he booked this one now. I'm out in Apache Junction, Arizona, east of Phoenix on the 60, where they needed another one at a Walmart store out here that their HVAC system went down now. And it's been out for a while. They've had all their stuff in the freezer. They need to get it into a frozen trailer before the temperatures start rising and they can get all their refrigeration system fixed. So right now I'm waiting indoors. It's about 3:30 in the morning now. Yep, 3:43. I got here at about 2:15 and I'm waiting in a door right now. I haven't got the doors open yet. They said they're not going to start loading me till like 6 or 7 o'clock, and I'm just chilling. I got a few hours of sleep, so I'm not ready to go back to bed yet. But as soon as I get here, I got to open the doors, pop it in the hole here. They're going to load it up. I'm going to pull it back out, shut the doors, and just wait. I'm like, all right. I don't know what I'm getting paid for it. I know what the broker's paying for it. They're paying a daily rate, and it's a lot. Walmart's flipping the bill, man. Whatever, you know, you got a lot of money for this. So I saw the rate con, and I wish I had my own truck running right now and I was getting my percentage, because I'd be sitting around doing nothing, making being $1,000 every day, just sitting around with the truck running. So, because you got to sit here and stand by until they want it again. Now, after I get it loaded, maybe I can pull up, drop it, and I can bobtail around and go get something to eat. You know, if I got something to do, and I'll come back as soon as they need me. I'll come back and put it back in the hole and whatever. But who knows how long I'm going to be here, because they're paying by the day. Even if I sit here 2 hours, they're still paying the whole daily rate. So, good times. That's my rant. All right. Gonna check back in a while. Hope you enjoyed the view of the back of a Walmart store in Apache Junction. So more rants to come. I'm sitting out here by myself. I don't have any, like, Selena's not here to bounce things off of or joke around with, so I'm left to my own thoughts. So that's your guys' problem. I guess you can always turn the channel. Right? Alright, guess check back.
With turquoise and real diamonds!